Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Cowboys Jerry Jones offers stern Micah Parsons advice. The contract situation between the Dallas Cowboys and Micah Parsons is delicately poised as the two sides continue to work towards getting a new deal done. With the expectation that Micah will become the highest-paid non-quarterback in football, or at least close to it, with roughly a $40 million APY contract thought to be where the two sides are, it is taking time to get the deal across the line. Of course, owner Jerry Jones and his comments on Micah's agent have raised some eyebrows, but Jerry's statement about Parsons' value to the team when on a big contract might have slipped through the cracks. Parsons wants to be a leader of the locker room, and for Jerry, when talking about the huge figures regarding Micah's contract, Jones gave a rather interesting answer as to whether Micah, as a potential franchise leader, impacts what kind of contract he gets. Micah has to be the player that he wants paid as, Jones said. He has to be a tremendous leader for the Dallas Cowboys. He has the skill, the capacity mentally, so for us to justify the kinds of dollars we're talking about, he has to literally lead the way, and he's so substantive that if he's halfway not leading, it's glaring. So Micah has to really lead. I think he's committed to do that. Jones also coyly made mention of Micah's agent, David Mulligata, who some think the owner has publicly disrespected. Read more here. The agent won't be within a million miles of him when we're executing on what I'm talking about right here, Jones said. That will be something that we might be visiting about on a week-to-week basis. So yes, Micah will be getting, we think, a shiny new contract that puts him at the very top of his position, but make no mistake, that comes with certain non-negotiables. Parsons wants to be a leader. He has to show it through his actions, and if he's getting a monster contract, it appears that Micah being the best version of himself for the organization is something that Jerry expects, especially when Parsons will be earning $40+ million per year. So we have heard a lot about what the Cowboys should be doing for Micah when it comes to his new contract, but Jerry has just stated that this isn't a one-way street. If Parsons gets the deal he wants, Dallas wants him to be the player they know he can be, and being a franchise leader, it appears, is the bare minimum. Cowboys news, trying to guess the team's draft strategy with holes to fill. Figuring out the Cowboys' draft strategy. Picking at number 12 for the first time since 2021 when the team selected Micah Parsons, the Cowboys will be looking to get an impact player with their first-round selection that can step in and provide an immediate presence in 2025. You're always looking for game changers when you're picking 12th, Schottenheimer said. We don't want to ever pick 12th again, let's be honest. You're looking for guys that influence the game. How do you influence the game? You rush the quarterback and you get sacks, strip sacks, fumbles, whatever it is. You score touchdowns. As positional value continues to be a hot topic around draft time about if certain positions such as running back, tight end or safety should be avoided with such a premium first-round pick, the Cowboys have direct recent history in being a part of that conversation. In 2016, the team drafted running back Ezekiel Elliott with the 4th overall pick, and despite Elliott having a productive career for Dallas, the debate about that pick being a wise one still exists. With another need for an early-round running back heading into the 2025 NFL Draft 9 years later, the Cowboys are not writing off any position group if a player is there at number 12. There can be exceptions at any position, Jerry Jones said. We had no plans to draft a tweener between a linebacker and a pass rusher in 2021. Micah Parsons got there. Frankly, we were a little light in our evaluation of CeeDee Lamb in 2020, just because we thought if he were there, we'd go there. That's just what the draft is. You are sitting there and you get an opportunity that if you're doing your job, you thought about all opportunities, you looked around the corners on your roster now and years to come. So all of those things pretty much make it a wide-open position to draft any player. Cowboys could draft popular human bloodhound after private meeting. Very rarely do you see scouting departments from almost the entire NFL at one pro day for a projected second or third round NFL draft prospect. Wednesday, that was the case in Southern California where 30 teams, including the Dallas Cowboys, attended UCLA's pro day to watch linebacker Carson Schwesinger. The Cowboys, like many teams, have been earning frequent flyer miles recently by attending pro days across the country. Schwesinger's may have been one of the most crowded yet. Even with all this attention, the Bruins star only spoke privately with 3 select organizations, but the Cowboys were one of them. He also met with New York Giants and New Orleans Saints. That leads us to predict Dallas as a front-runner to land the highly touted prospect. According to analyst Adam Schefter, Schwesinger did position drills, jumped 10 feet 7 on the broad, and ran in the 6.9 seconds, 3-cone, and 4.1 seconds, 20-yard shuttle at his workout. NFL.com calls Schwesinger a human bloodhound with elite instincts and a menacing play style. The pursuit speed is average, but his play recognition helps him play fast. He's undersized and takes the worst of it when blockers get on top of him, but he's a good athlete in coverage. He's also a sound technician as an open-field tackler and bona fide standout on special teams. According to his next-gen stats from the scouting combine, Schwesinger's production score was an 81, which was first among all linebacker prospects. His overall score was second best in the position group. Representing the Cowboys at his pro day was linebackers coach Dave Borgonzi. He worked in Dallas from 2011 to 2013 as an assistant, but was brought back this offseason to reunite with new defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus. The two were together in Chicago when Eberflus was head coach. The linebacker room was a hot topic this offseason, with Dallas acquiring 2 new faces in projected starters Kenneth Murray Jr. and Jack Sanborn. Schwesinger is an intriguing prospect that fans should keep an eye on in day 2 of the draft, especially if the Cowboys want to add more to their LB room with picks number 44 and number 76. In his 3rd season at UCLA, Schwesinger had a breakout season with 136 tackles, 4 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble. At 6'2", 242 pounds, he is a force to be reckoned with in the middle of the defense. Many mock drafts have the All-American selected somewhere in the 2nd round, but judging by a crowded pro day, scouts are noticing his underrated potential. And you fan? What do you think about Carson Schwesinger's situation? Write to us in the comments.